Hi and welcome to The Buzz. I am Justin Adelson, and with me today is the T Street Project. Please introduce yourself to the wonderful people watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Nabil Alji and I am running the T Street Project.
And can you tell us a little bit about your background first? We were talking earlier, you mentioned that you just graduated from MIT Sloan 2012, but you actually took a little time off between your first year and second year. And you actually have a little entrepreneurial experience. What were you doing during that time?
Yeah, so when I was in my first year, I discovered a passion for storytelling and ethnography, which is essentially ways of going out into the field and really trying to understand people's perspectives better, and then telling those perspectives through stories. So I worked on a couple of projects. I went out to Chicago, where I worked as a freelance consultant for a design firm. So doing some ethnographic and storytelling work as a way of getting customer insights. At the same time, there was a revolution in my home country of Tunisia. So after a couple of months there, in May or so, I went to Tunisia to work as a freelance journalist. And I did a lot of that work, not in the business space, but in the field as a journalist, trying to understand the story of what was happening in the country. And then I also did some improv and stand-up comedy on the side.
Great. So, quick thing about storytelling. Why is it important for startups to understand how important storytelling is when giving a pitch or trying to explain to people how their product or technology solves a certain problem?
Sure. I think a lot of when you're pitching somebody, I think a lot of it is about clearly appealing to somebody's intellect and trying to come across with a rational idea. But I think a lot of that, connection that you're trying to make is emotional. And I think stories are just kind of an intrinsic way in which we, communicate and engage emotion in ourselves and in people. So I think it's really important when you're pitching your business. I think it's also important when you have your business running and you're trying to, continue that relationship with your customer.
Great. And tell us a little bit about the T Street Project. What are you guys all about?
So the T Street Project, which is a working title, is essentially a platform for people on opposite ends of the political spectrum to talk not about their politics, but about their values and the life experiences that they think have shaped those values.
Great. And so we're being filmed live, not in front of a studio audience, but from the Beehive Cooperative, and you're one of the participants here. What are you looking to get accomplished while you're here, and how is this program and programs like this such a huge help for yourself?
Yeah, well, I was so happy when when this email came into my inbox a few weeks before graduation that this would be a possibility and kind of an experiment that the school was doing this summer. And the reason I was happy is, one, I think as somebody who's worked and tried to start up things before, it's really important to have a community and have people who are just around either for asking a quick question. The other day I got some help from one of the people here on the pitch that I was creating, to just having somebody to be there when you're having a bad day and just need to vent to somebody, or having a good day and want to celebrate with somebody. So part of it is community, and then the other part is I think there's something to be said for not working out of your home. I think that can get really just stressful and just a bad news situation. So the fact that we have office space with some equipment and where it's relatively quiet, I think is really helpful.
Great. And after Beehive Cooperative, where do you see yourself taking the T Street Project? Are you looking to move into new space? I mean, of course you need to go into new space, but where do you see the future of the T Street Project going?
Sure. So I think right now our goal is for this summer to prototype this model that we have, and by that I mean create an event in Cambridge / the Boston area, where we actually get people from these opposing ends of the political spectrum together. We rent a venue, we have them tell their stories, we take those stories and we put them on video, and we try to create a conversation online. So our goal is to do one cycle of this locally. Through that experience, we hope to get enough kind of know-how about doing this, maybe enough buzz and funding to be able to take this to a political swing state before the presidential elections. And the reason we think that's important is, ultimately we're trying to create a conversation around values and to provoke empathy in our communities. And I think that's just when that's done in a swing state right before the November 6th election, that's a very efficient way of getting a lot more exposure and a lot more conversation going than otherwise.
Great. Well, this sounds, what I love about interviewing you guys is I get to hear these great new companies that are coming out here, and this is something definitely unique. And I really look forward to seeing you guys grow, not only at the Beehive, but I'd love to see you get involved with what you just said, something, some sort of event, locally, and then hopefully grow out to something like a swing state. So we're really, really hoping for you. So just a quick thing, remember guys, the company is the T Street Project. You can learn more about this company at beehive.mit.edu. You can also see more videos like The Buzz at the same URL. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much
for participating, and thank you very much for watching The Buzz.